Hello everyone, my name is Richie and welcome back to another video. Today you join me for another discussion video because today we're talking about the season of reveals and what a season of reveals it's been. We've had loads of new information, loads of new screenshots and all that sort of good stuff. So today we're going to talk about it and I'm going to give you my reaction to each of the things that were announced. So yeah, let's talk about the 2024 season of reveals. So if you've been living under a rock for the last couple of weeks, we've had tons of announcements over the last couple of weeks. As you can see here, we've had 15 different announcements since the 2nd of December, which range from new DLC to something we already know about, but it's new screenshots, all sorts of stuff, and we've had a big announcement on the 20th as well. So I thought I'd jump into this, give you my reaction, and just talk about it, and hopefully, start a bit of discussion in the comments and stuff. What are you most looking forward to? What would you have liked to have been announced? All that sort of good stuff. So yeah, I'm going to jump into it, give you a reaction to pretty much everything, give you my opinion on what's been announced and all that sort of good stuff, and yeah, just have a bit of fun with this. I won't lie to you, I did think about doing weekly recaps, but I think that would have got a bit repetitive, so I thought if I do a big sort of overall reaction to everything that's been announced over the month, then I thought it'd be a bit better, and also gives us more to talk about. So yeah, let's jump into the 2024 season of reveals. So before we jump into everything individually, I will just give you an overview of what was announced in each week. Obviously, I'm going to break these down into per week. So we had week 1, which was all this sort of stuff here. So the first announcement we got on December 2nd was the London Mildmay line, which is coming from Incredible Trains, which looks, pardon the pun, incredible. I'm really looking forward to this. The Mildmay line we'll obviously talk a little bit more about in a second, but I think it is Stratford to... what's the station called? I'm looking at my canvas now and I'm trying to remember. I think it's Willesden Junction, there you go. I've got a nice little canvas, so I'll put a screenshot of it somewhere. Also throughout week 1 we got the Metrolink F59PH Loco DLC, the Koln Aachen Timetable update, the TSW5 core gameplay packs and the Class 86-2 Loco DLC from Just Trains. And as a bonus, we got a bonus every week, and I didn't know we were going to get a bonus, that's quite cool. But we had the East Coast Mainline Diesel Railtour's pack coming from Athena Simulations. As for week 2, and I genuinely think week 2 was probably the best week for announcements, between the 9th and the 13th we got a console edition announcement for City Transport Simulator. We also got some brand new Great Western Express remaster screenshots and it looks beautiful. We also got some new screenshots for the Tadami Line coming from Union Workshop. We finally had the units announced for the Cardiff City network and I can't wait to talk about that. I'm so excited for that one. We got some new gameplay footage of the Train Sim World VR coming soon to the MetaQuest. We got some more news about the Mittenwaldbahn from TSG. And the bonus for this week was the Class 104 update from SimTrack. And for the final week, December 16th to the 20th, we had some more screenshots for the Manchester Airport route coming from ATS. Some more screenshots from the Santa Fe gameplay packs. Some more information on the Zwolle to Groningen route. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that. Spjorlin? No idea. This one I'm not even going to try and pronounce. The Ludwigsbahn, I think. Mannheim to Kaiserslautern, I think it is. Some more screenshots for that. Some more information on the cargo line volumes 3 and 4, which I think are the intermodal and the military one. And the big reveal was that Thomas and friends are coming to Train Sim World and they're going to be visiting the West Somerset Railway, which a lot of people are divided on, but I've got my opinions on that and I'll talk about that near the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my reaction week by week, and I've just got a collection of screenshots that I'm going to talk about, to be honest. Just go through, give you my reaction, let you know how I feel about it, and whether I'm looking forward to it or not. Most things I am. So let's start all the way at the beginning with the London Mildmay line coming from Incredible Trains, and genuinely I am so excited for this. This looks absolutely incredible. I'm not really one to care about Electrostars, but the 378 looks absolutely beautiful, and I know it's kind of key for the London Overground network, so it's going to be very cool to see. Look at all this scenery, this is absolutely insane. Got another screenshot here, I'm not too sure whereabouts this is, but I can spot there's a 1972 stock over there and a 710. So it's cool that the 710s and the 72 stocks will be layering into this. And we've got another little screenshot there, and that looks like, to me, is that the West Coast main line? It looks like it to me. Now I do know a lot of people are a bit divided on this route because it's kind of short for what it is, but you've got to bear in mind it's a solo developer. It's one person that's building this and they've done an incredible job by the looks of things. They have been putting some dev screenshots on Discord and whatever else, so if you want to go check them out, feel free to go and have a look at them because they look absolutely incredible. But yeah, I can imagine this will be a similar experience to the Suffragette line, and I quite like the Suffragette line. Obviously it's quite linear and you can only do it a couple of times, but overall it looks beautiful and it's a good bit of fun. And also we're getting the 378, and I'm hoping that the 378 possibly layers onto West Coast Main Line, maybe even the Suffragette line. I don't know how it works, but it'd be cool to see whether they do layer in. Next up, we've got the F59PH, I think it is, the Metrolink Loco DLC. This looks quite cool. I know this is quite iconic for the Metrolink stock. I'm not too familiar with it or what it does, but a lot of people seem to be happy in the American audience. So yeah, this looks quite cool. Obviously another Metrolink train, so it's nice to see the roster of Metrolink trains being expanded. And there's another little screenshot from the back of it. So I think the Metrolink, this isn't too far away by the looks of things, because the model itself looks pretty much done. I don't know how long it takes to build these Loco DLCs and stuff, but hopefully this is not one that's too far away. As for this one, I quite like the look of it, to be honest. I mean, a lot of people want to see more Metrolink stock, so it's a nice addition. Hopefully it provides some new gameplay for San Bernardino line, so hopefully it boosts that route up a little bit as well. Next up in week 1, we've got the Koln Aachen timetable. Now this is one I'm incredibly excited for. The only thing I'm upset with this route is that it's not getting a TOD 4 update. I think if this had a TOD 4 update, this route would be absolutely spectacular. But of course, you've got a screenshot here of Aachen and it looks absolutely fantastic. You've got 442s, you've got 110s, you've obviously got the ICE stock. I think the next screenshot, yeah, you got the Flix train there. It looks absolutely fantastic. I don't know whether it's just me, but that looks like an iced tea. Is that the iced tea? And there's another little screenshot where you can see all the PIS boards are completely kitted out. So this timetable, I can imagine, is going to look absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to give it a go. I am thinking about doing a little comparison video of like the timetable before and after it gets updated, just to see how much beefier it is afterwards. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I quite like Koln Aachen, and I like the new Journey expansion, so hopefully this will be a really, really good addition and a good update to the route. On the Thursday of week 1, we have the gameplay packs announced, which were the DB111 N-Wagon services on Frankfurt Fulda, the Hopper wagons on West Coast Main Line, and the Christmas pack for the San Bernardino line. If you've not already seen it, I did do a first look video on these gameplay packs. I had a little look at each one individually, and I quite like the look of them. You know, they're not overly expensive, they're a good bit of fun. So yeah, if you want to go check them out and get my opinion on them, feel free to go and have a look at that video. And for the final reveal of week 1 was this, the Class 86-2 Loco DLC coming from Just Trains. I must admit, this looks absolutely incredible, and I know a lot of you have said it's very similar to an 87 and whatever else, but it's more 80s electric running. You can't go wrong. I personally think Just Trains have absolutely knocked every DLC out the park that they've done. You know, Blackpool Branches was brilliant, West Coast Mainline, Preston Carlisle, top tier. So a nice new Loco DLC. It's going to complement the two routes really nicely, and it's going to be a real good bit of fun, I think. And as you can see, we've got 3 different screenshots that I've just showed you, and they're all in different liveries. So we're going to get different liveries and all that sort of good stuff. Hopefully some nice gameplay to add to the routes. So I'm looking forward to it. It looks quite fun. And the final reveal for week 1 was the Athena Simulations East Coast Mainline Diesel Railtour pack, which includes this, the 47484, which looks quite cool actually. I quite like the little reskin they've done on it. I'm not too sure of the ins and outs of these rail tours, but it's going to be quite cool to see some diesel action on the East Coast Mainline. You can't go wrong with that. I'm hoping it's not going to be like a Legends of the Great Western sort of DLC pack, because, you know, I want it to add into the timetable, and you can drive, you know, your Azumas and then see a nice lovely 47 that we can see here. So I think it's like a timetable plus some scenarios and stuff. I'm not too sure what it actually is, but it looks cool, and yeah, don't look too bad. So a quick overview of week 1. My favourite announcement from week 1 was the London Mildmay line. I am so excited for that. It looks so incredible. The F59PH looks really cool. Like I say, seems like a popular addition to the San Bernardino line. I'm very excited for the Koln Aachen timetable. I can't wait to get my hands on it and give it a good old review. The gameplay packs which came out were a good bit of fun, and if you've not seen my first look video, go and check it out. The Class 86-2 I think is going to be another Just Trains masterclass. Honestly, I think they're going to knock it out the park with that. And like I just said, the Diesel Railtour pack will be a nice little addition for the East Coast Main Line. Right, with week 1 out the way, let's jump into week 2. We're almost halfway through. So what got announced in week 2? This was first, City Transport Simulator Tram is coming to console, and I'm very excited for this. I can't wait to get my hands on this. This looks absolutely spectacular. I genuinely think this is going to be like a step up from Tram Sim. I think it's getting a few map expansions and all that sort of stuff, and I think it comes out on the 28th of January, so you can imagine when it comes out, I'm going to give it a go. Make sure to check it out. Also on the same day, we had a bonus reveal of the Great Western Express and some new screenshots for the remaster, and it looks absolutely spectacular. Look at the Flying Scotsman on that bridge. It looks beautiful. Genuinely, it looks like a new route. I couldn't even tell you where that is. It looks completely different to what I've seen anywhere on the route, so I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it, and I don't imagine it's too far away. We've obviously got some new services with the 387. I think there's some tube stock running with this screenshot here. You've got some tube stock running. As you can see, they've updated, is it Westbourne Park? I think it is. They've updated that so you can drive the 484s. I'm just genuinely so excited for this. This is one of the key things when they announced Train Sim World 5 that everyone was looking forward to. I can't believe they're actually doing it. So hopefully it's not too far away, and you can imagine there's going to be a ton of content on that route when it comes out. So next up, we had a couple of new screenshots for the Tadami Line and the loco announcement, which I think is the Kiha 40 or something like that. I'm not too sure how to pronounce it, but yeah, Tadami Line looks spectacular, looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at this, look at the scenery, it looks absolutely splendid. I personally think this is going to be very similar to the Mittenwaldbahn, just a Japanese equivalent. Incredibly scenic. I think it's like 2 or 3 hours. The run, it's about 80 kilometers, so it's quite a decent route for Union Workshop's first TSW route, so I'm looking forward to it, and I know a lot of you are too. And here is the Kiha 40, I think it is anyway, which I think there was a TSC route which was the same sort of line, so I think it's one of their popular ones from TSC, but I have seen this unit before, which I think is a diesel rail car, so very cool to see a diesel rail car. And on to the next one, where we see another diesel rail car. Oh yeah, the Cardiff City Network, and I am well excited for this. I genuinely can't wait for this route. I think this is the one I'm looking forward to the most out of all the reveals. And as you can see here, the key new loco with this is the Class 153 dog box. I am well excited to see this. A nice new diesel rail car, Transport for Wales branding, I can't wait. We're also getting a reworked Class 150. Now, I like the 150s in-game. I don't like travelling on them in real life because they're horrible, but in-game, they're quite a good bit of fun on the the West Cornwall. So I'm looking forward to, you know, getting a reworked one. Transport for Wales branding. It's gonna look good. I can't wait. The only thing I'm annoyed about with this announcement is that there's no screenshots of the route yet, and I want to see what the route looks like. I want to see Wales. Next up in week 2, we had some more gameplay for the Train Sim World VR New York. Kind of, is it a game? It's not really an add-on, is it? It's more like a separate game for the Meta store. I mean, I'm looking forward to this, but VR is not really my thing. Like, VR is cool, but I think it's a bit gimmicky personally. Not this game, but just VR as a whole. That being said though, I am picking up a VR headset after Christmas. My cousin's given me one, so I am picking up a VR headset, so I may give this a go. We'll see what happens. And the final big announcement of the second week was the Mittenwaldbahn, I think, coming from TSG. And this includes the brand new Crocodile locomotive. This thing, I think it's called Crocodile anyway. Look at this screenshot, this looks absolutely splendid. Got a new livery for the 111, and we've got some lovely mountains here. I think the Mittenwaldbahn is a mountain pass. So looks quite cool. Obviously an Austrian route, so good to see Austria in the game again, and I think a lot of people are looking forward to this one. And here's another screenshot of the Crocodile locomotive pulling some freight. So I think this route is set in 89, I think. So I'm looking forward to it. TSG always seem to deliver some top tier products. And the final announcement of week 2 was an update on the Peak Forest expansion on the 104 DLC. So I think the 104 DLC they are still working on. There's no new screenshots for that, but they are including some new wagons, which is going to be quite cool. I'm quite excited to see this because I quite like Peak Forest, and I think it does need a big old timetable overhaul. So hopefully this brings a whole new lease of life to that route, and we can really experience a good bit of fun on the Peak Forest route, because it's a beautiful route. It just needs a bit more work on the timetable, methinks. So for my thoughts for week 2, obviously the favourite announcement's got to be the Cardiff City Network. I am so excited to see that. I genuinely can't wait to see the 153 and the 150. I'm also very excited for CTS Tram coming to console. I can't wait to give that a go. It's going to be a good bit of fun. The Great Western Express remaster looks absolutely insane. It looks fantastic. I can't wait to get my hands on that. Tadami Line, again, just looks beautiful. Union Workshop have done a really good job with that, and I can't wait to give that a go. Train Sim World VR, again, seems interesting. Like I say, it could be a cool addition, and it could be something quite cool to give a go of once I've got my VR. And the Mittenwaldbahn looks really good, but I don't know it too well, so it's sort of like, I don't know what to expect from it really. I've not done too much research on it, but I will do before it comes out. But is it a good route? Is it something that you German and Austrian rail fans are looking forward to? Let me know. And now on to the final week of the season of reveals. And what did we get announced this week? The Manchester Airport Commuter, and it looks absolutely splendid. This route's obviously going to run by 2 lines via Manchester Airport, and then the other line, I think, via Stockport, I think it is, and then down to Alderley Edge. Looks really good. Obviously, we're going to see the 323 again, which is going to be nice. Here's another little screenshot. So I know a lot of people have been a bit mixed about this one, because obviously we're not getting any new locos with this, but ATS have come out and said that making a locomotive in Train Sim World is quite difficult, so they thought they'd make a really good route instead. So the route's going to have loads of layers on it, it's going to look absolutely splendid. So from a route point of view, I'm quite looking forward to it. And here we go, this is one of the main reasons why I'm looking forward to this route, giving a go with the Pendolino up to Manchester Piccadilly. I genuinely can't wait to give that a go, it's going to be a good bit of fun. Next up, we had some new screenshots from High Iron Simulations, I think it is, for their Santa Fe gameplay packs. I mean, I'm not overly fussed about the gameplay packs for Cajon Pass. It's not really my favourite route, and I'm not really one for American Freight, but if you like your American Freight, I can see why you're going to look forward to this. And there's another little screenshot of the wagons that we're getting. So I don't know what's coming with this, I'm not too sure. Again, it's not really my sort of forte, but I know that a lot of you that like your American Freight are going to like this. Next up, we've got some more screenshots for the Zwolle Groningen route with the very interesting looking, I don't know what this train's called, but a very interesting looking Dutch train. Look at its nose, that's absolutely insane. But yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a go because it's going to be quite funky driving an EMU from really high up here. I'm baffled how it works, but it's going to be quite a good bit of fun to give it a go. Here we go, this is the inside of the train itself. I have no idea, how do you even get into the cab? Like, there's no door, do you go through this way? Or is that how you couple up? I don't even know. And here's another screenshot of the train, I don't know what it's called, but it's a very nice looking EMU. And the route itself looks quite decent. It's a fair length between Zwolle and Groningen. And then next up, we had something again I can't pronounce, the Mannheim route, I'm going to call it, with the 111 coming to that. And we also get some intercity running as well, so that looks quite cool as well. I don't know the route too well, I'm not really too familiar with my German stuff, but again, something I'm going to give a go of, and hopefully will be a good bit of fun. And the penultimate announcement we got before the big one on the 20th was this, the Cargo Lines Volume 3 and 4 Intermodal and Military from Skyhook Games. Here's another little screenshot, and I think this is coming to the West Coast Main Line too because of the overhead wires, so that's going to be quite a nice little addition to the West Coast Main Line. And here we go, this is the military stuff, so there's some tanks that you can pull with the Class 66, so that's going to be quite cool, that's going to be quite unique. I don't think we've seen that before in Train Sim World. Yeah, I mean, a lot of you know my stance on gameplay packs, but we'll see what this one's like. A lot of people liked Cargo Lines Volume 1 and 2, that's why they're doing 3 and 4, so hopefully, you know, it's going to be a good bit of fun. We've also got this, a little teaser, and I have no idea what this could be. Not a clue. A lot of people have decided what it is in the forums. They know exactly what it is, but I couldn't tell you because I have no idea when it comes to these little sneaky screenshots. You lot seem to know this stuff, and I ain't got a clue. And that leads us to the final announcement. Get ready. Here it is. I am well excited for this. I'm genuinely so excited for this. Yes, so we're getting Thomas, the tank engine, coming to Train Sim World, which I know a lot of people don't like. A lot of people don't like it. But, come on, right, Thomas is iconic, and Thomas is my childhood. For me, Thomas is such an iconic thing, and I know a lot of people are being like, well, we're not kids and whatever else, but I'm a man that's almost in his mid-20s, right? And I'm happily going to pick this up. I can't wait to give this a go. This is going to be a good bit of fun. So I think you've got to bear in mind with this that this is going to be a bit like a Steam Gala, let's say, but with like Thomas the Tank Engine painted engines. Also, it's going to be cool to see a tank engine in the game. We've not seen one of them yet. And there's another little screenshot there. I genuinely can't wait for this. It's going to be a good bit of fun. And I think it's like a story mode thing as well. So a bit of a different experience for those that have been playing the standard timetables and stuff. But I want to be able to jump into the timetable and give this a go. I can't wait. And I think the key thing I need to say with this one is that a lot of people have been saying, I don't like the look of this. People have been saying they're disappointed with it. But you need to bear in mind that Train Sim World has got to a point where Mattel and the people that made Thomas the Tank Engine are happily bringing it into the game. Train Sim World has grown to extents where Mattel are in the game. How nuts is that? To me, I think that's pretty crazy. So yes, my thoughts on week 3. My favourite announcement is the Zwolle Groningen route, the Dutch route, because the train looks really funky and I just want to figure out how to get into it. But yeah, for this week, again, loads of new good stuff. The ATS route looks really good. More chance to run the 390. The new German route looks cool. I should say German route, not German routes. But it looks really good. Like I say, Cargo Lines Volume 3 and 4 look quite interesting. Again, they're not really my forte. I'm not really a freight fan. But I'll certainly give them a go and give you my opinion on them. And of course, we're getting Thomas the Tank Engine, and genuinely, I'm quite excited for this. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And that's it. That is my reaction to the December 2024 Train Sim World 5 Season of Reveals, and what a fantastic season of reveals it's been. Before I jump into my final thoughts, what are you lot looking forward to the most? You know, what was your favourite announcement? What did you want to get announced? Was there anything that you got announced that you were particularly surprised by? Let me know in the comments. As for my final thoughts, I really enjoyed this season of reveals. It was a bit like an advent calendar sort of thing, and I think it's something they should definitely do every year because it builds up a lot of hype, a lot of guessing of what's going to be announced today and this and that. So really, really good. And it also is good to see all the future stuff coming. There's loads of stuff coming for everyone. You know, your freight fans, German fans, high-speed fans. There's all sorts, you know, sort of heritage in a way with Thomas the Tank Engine, you know, all sorts of stuff coming for everyone, which is quite cool. And I personally think with the way that the season of reveals has shaped out, 2025 is probably going to be the biggest year in Train Sim World history. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much here for it. And there we go. That was my reaction to the December 2024 Train Sim World season of reveals. I've really enjoyed doing that and talking about that, and I've really enjoyed the season of reveals as a whole. I think it's been good fun. So with all said and done, thank you very much for watching this reaction video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments. I'll be interested to read them. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you've all enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. If you're new, I'd massively appreciate it. So thank you all for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next video. Bye bye.